Yes. Welcome back to another video. It's the Crystal Palace preview, and I'm here with Hugh. As you all found out before, LB, I think he's going to a gig. I'm not sure what LB is doing.
Slacking, bro. He's slacking.
Man, slacking like MCFC lad slacks on the Avengers show. Yeah, I don't know why I'm firing shots at MCFC lad straight away. I'm sending for him. Yeah, he's getting the plane ready. Sam says, yeah, he's getting me to. You know what I mean? He's got to fuel the plane, ready to send over the lads to London. But yeah, here with Hugh. Yes, Hugh. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm buzzing. I'm going to the game tomorrow. First time going to Selhurst Park.
Oh yeah, I've never been.
I'm a bit nervous, you know. We'll get into it all, but I'm good, man. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. I'm actually just to start. Then, how are you feeling? Are you nervous or are you chill?
I was thinking about this earlier on. I was watching one of your streams earlier on, and Lewis asked you the same question. I was kind of like, how am I feeling? How do I feel about this game? Because I haven't actually put a huge amount of thought to it yet until we decided we'd go live together. And I was like, I'm feeling the best I could based on recent performances. I think City are playing the best they have consistently so far this season. But then there's that little part of my brain saying Selhurst Park is a shit place to go. You don't want to go there just as you're feeling good, because they'll knock you right back down. They'll knock you back down a few pegs and make you feel bad about yourself, and then all the momentum is lost. But it's a huge opportunity, man, isn't it? It's a massive opportunity. Like, I was just deep in earlier on. I was like, this is the last Premier League game until the 1st of April. The 1st of April.
Wow, I didn't even think about it like that. That is man. Mad. Yeah.
We don't remember last time we had a big break. We lost to Brentford.
Yeah.
We don't want to go into another break, losing momentum, having lost or dropped points to Crystal Palace, and having to pick yourself back up for the run-in against Liverpool on April 1st, which is no guarantee either anyway. So there's a lot riding on this game.
Yeah, I feel like we have to put ourselves in the best scenario possible going into that international break, and obviously that does mean beating Palace tomorrow and beating Burnley next weekend. I am nervous about it now. Now you said that, I'm like, oh shit. All the time. Yeah, I'm nervous for every game, but still, it kind of lost meaning now. Yeah, it is a massive game. There's a lot riding on it, and obviously we play before Arsenal, so it's a massive opportunity for City to put a bit of pressure on Arsenal when they play Fulham on Sunday, which I'm hoping is a bit more difficult than what people are kind of just writing it off with. Yes, Joe Griffiths with a £2 super chat says, inmates can go to gigs, ? Nah, mate, they've got a singer in the, do you know what I mean? In prison, mate. They've got a singer in, so they're just getting a few of the lads together.
Has LB been incarcerated, has he?
Yeah, LB's been in prison for years.
What did he do?
Yeah, he got his knob out like Kyle Walker.
I always knew he was a flasher. I had a feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically, Kyle Walker, this is what you got coming, mate. He'll be sharing a cell with LB. Selby? How's no one called him Selby yet?
Yeah. Nobody wants that.
That was funny, that. Yeah, so in the stream, we'll go for our predicted 11. It'll be a bit shorter than our ones usually with LB, not on the basis because Hugh's here, on the basis that I have to do something at 7 o'clock. See a man about a dog, as Hugh said. It's not something secret either. It's just, I can't be asked to explain it.
He's a naughty boy. He's a naughty boy.
It's visiting hours. It's visiting hours at prison, so I've got to go. Got to go see LB in it, make sure he's all right.
Yeah, we'll say that's what it is.
Yeah. Right. So this stream is sponsored by Midnight Betting. Midnight Betting, if you don't know, is a new betting site where you can go to. You can gamble on esports, anything like that. Make sure you're 18 plus, be gambler aware. LB has kindly recorded an ad for you. The link is in the description if you want to do sign up, and you'll get the details that Lewis will explain in a second. But yeah, here's LB with the Midnight ad.
Guys, this stream is sponsored by Midnight. Midnight provides you with the best esports and betting odds, and you can reach them instantly on their Discord server and join in their very active discussions with a number of users offering you some great esports and betting tips as well. Available on the Apple App Store and online through their website, midnight.com. You can sign up now and get £20 free bonus and a £5 free bet builder in the month of March. Midnight have boosted a bet builder that they've made for the Manchester City Crystal Palace game this weekend of Manchester City to win over 2.5 goals in the game and Wilfried Zaha to be carded at any time. You can get that on their boosted odds of 5-1. Or, like myself, if you fancy making your own, Midnight allow you to do that as well. So I've built my own bet builder for this huge game at the weekend. I've gone for a Manchester City win, Manchester City most corners, Haaland to score at any time in the game, and Mark Guehi carded, and you can get that, guys, at 6-1. It's a massive game for both teams. Crystal Palace, no wins in the last 5. They don't want to be dragged into the relegation zone. Manchester City going for our title as well. This is a game that both teams need to win. It's going to be super exciting. Go check out Midnight now at midnight.com or download the app on the Apple App Store. Over 18s only. Terms and conditions apply. And begambleaware.com.
Yes. Big up LB with the Midnight ad. There is a bet builder feature on the website, which is pretty sick as well. It's a very good site, you know. So go check it out. The link is in the description. It's also the pinned comment. Obviously, be gamble aware in that. 18 plus in it. You don't want to be faking and that. And also, be gamble aware. Don't lose all your money. When the fun stops, stop. Some people chasing it, and that's not good. So going into tomorrow then, where do you want to start? Should we start with Predict 11? Go from there? I think that might be a good place to throw it in. I think that's where me and Lewis usually start this kind of stuff off. Then the nerves kick in. In net, obviously it's going to be Edison, isn't it? Oh wait, we changed it up last week, by the way. It's not what we want, it's what we think Pep's going to go with, and we got it right. So it's kind of a mix of we'll give our case for it, but it's kind of what we think Pep should go with. Rather than just
that's very hard to do now. That's very hard to do because no one has a fucking clue what's going through.
No one has a fucking clue. So that's why there'll be still a lot of conversation going on.
I'll try and channel my inner Baldy and see what I can come up with.
Shave that hair off, and then you'll know straight away. You'll be like,
listen, it's going on its own. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna have to go to your place and get a beard transplant.
Go man. I'll hook you up in it. See a man about a dog. So Edison's gonna be in there, 100%. Ortega. Obviously, do you know what I mean? He's not going to get looking for this game. He'd probably play against Burnley, to be fair, Ortega, which I'm fine with. Right back is probably... this is always the worst part of these, is the defence, because it's always different all the time. I think he's going to go Kyle Walker, regardless of him getting his knob out.
I think he's going to go with the flash on this one. The pace. I'm only saying that because he's fast. Because he's
fast. Yeah. He's fast, people. Not because he likes to get his knob out. Because he's quick.
Oh, he's a quick guy, man. He's going to go with the Flash Walker on this one. And I think he's been setting it up for that by his comments, by saying it's a personal matter, it's a personal issue. It has nothing to do with the club. Basically saying, I'm picking this guy because he's not done anything wrong as far as I'm concerned. It's not going to affect my style of play. He's not brought any shame on the club and that kind of thing. And he's been playing well. He's been playing well recently as well. So why not pick him? I would imagine, listen, they're a group of lads. I'd say he just got awful abuse in the dressing room when he came in the next day.
Oh, I bet he got roasted in the dressing room, in training. I reckon he's been roasted. 100%. There's no chance. Because you can imagine if your mate got caught doing that, say you're a footballer, and when your mate got caught doing that, you'd absolutely roast him. And you see the way that the City lads are. They're all winding each other up all the time.
I'd say he woke up with the worst fear possible, imaginable. When you wake up with the anxiety, I'd say he had the worst possible, and he deserves it. But listen, we move on. No one died, kind of thing. It is what it is.
It is. The Flash. We'll put him in. Obviously, he's still in that old kit. I'm tempted to just put him in the Flash kit now.
Yeah, put him in the Flash uniform, man.
Yeah. Centre backs now. Obviously, Ruben Diaz is playing really well. He's usually been partnered up with Akanji. I think John Stones is back in it. I don't know about Laporte, but I know that John Stones
has been training.
Stones been training, hasn't he? So,
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say he will stick with Diaz and Akanji. I'm going to say he'll stick with Diaz and Akanji for this one. I think I said this on the Avenger stream the other day was there's no need to sort of fix something that's not broken. I think Akanji looks so much more solid now because he has Diaz beside him. And I think Diaz is key to us winning this game tomorrow, if you ask me. I think we have the forwards now looking in good form. We'll get further down the line, we'll talk about them. But Diaz is key because in Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace, their noise and the way they play there, they're going to have purple patches and they're going to attack us. I know Zaha's back from a bit of an injury. He played last week against Villa, I believe. He's their top scorer. I'd expect him to start tomorrow. Edward and that kind of thing. Diaz is the exact man you want when they're having a purple patch to calm everybody down, keep the heads, keep the troops going, that kind of thing. And Akanji's not put a foot wrong for really a long time, if ever properly. So I can't see him switching it up. I would imagine Stones will start that Burnley game, though. Yeah,
I think that's probably the best time to throw John Stones in against Burnley. It gives him more time as well, obviously, because we've got quite a bit of a breaks. Maybe the Leipzig game, I don't know. The Leipzig game might be a bit too much forward as well. But I think you're right. I think it'll be Diaz and Akanji. It's mad how crucial Diaz is because I feel like without him in the team completely, it just falls down. Everything just like breaks. Every centre back that you partner next to Ruben Diaz instantly becomes a better centre back.
Bro, the whole team plays better with Ruben Diaz there. Everybody feels more comfortable.
It's because he is. I know Gundo is our captain, yeah, but Ruben Diaz is our leader.
He's the captain.
But he basically is the captain. That's why I say like the only other word I can think of is leader, innit? Because Gundo don't do what Ruben Diaz does. Ruben Diaz seems to like just shore up everything and he organises the game. And obviously you can see it. I like it when centre backs are captains, especially when the leaders like Ruben Diaz, because they can see the pitch in front of them and make sure everyone's kind of in place. And not overcommitting like we've seen before this season. But yeah, Ruben Diaz and Akanji I can go with. When it's Ruben Diaz and Akanji, it's Akanji right-sided centre-back, isn't it? Or is it not?
I think so.
I'll just run with that, but...
Maybe Can the chat tell us, does Akanji usually play on the right or the left when he's partnered with Diaz?
I feel like... I genuinely don't know. Like, 'cause I know that Akanji used to play left-sided centre-back for Dortmund. But I'm thinking Akanji goes right. Yeah, right. I thought so because when Rico Lewis has played there, all I say with Kyle Walker goes forward a little bit. Akanji will kind of slot in as like basically a makeshift right back. We'll throw it like this for now anyway. I don't think it really matters. Left back, we don't have a left back at the football club. We have Sergio Gomez, but I don't imagine that you're going to throw him in. No. It's got to be Nathan Ake, isn't it?
Yeah, it has to be Nathan Ake. He's playing well recently. There's no reason to take him out. He's getting better at the build-up play and offer more an attack as well. Like I think it picks itself.
I'm actually so... I actually thought this would be a lot harder than it is, the defence, but I do actually think that he'll go.
I think the defence is the most clear part of the pitch.
Yeah, I think right now I think
the first time of the season that is as well, because all season it's been we're not sure who's going to play there.
Yeah. It's only really talking about it that's made me realise that this is basically it, and I'm actually really, really, really impressed with how Ake's like forward play now is improving so much. Like compared to, I feel like I can trust him more on the ball kind of thing and playing out a little bit. Like at the start of the season, I've been like nah. But like right at this moment in time, he's looking good. You can see that he's putting in the effort to improve that side of his game anyway.
Also, Pep simply just wouldn't play him there if he didn't feel
if he didn't think he had the ability. At
least the capacity to get to a sufficient serviceable level to play as a Manchester City left back. And I think he's probably developing faster in that role than maybe most players would. He's clearly putting a lot of effort into his intricate play, and you can see him getting involved in 1-2s and linking up with whatever wingers in front of him. So I'd say Pep's over the moon with the progression of Ake, especially at a time like now where your only other option is Sergio Gomez, who, with all due respect, he's not my guy right now in serious games.
Yeah, I completely agree. Akshit with a 5 months. Yes, with a 5-month membership. Big up Akshit. Says, the Flash Walker is going to stick, Bray. Great name.
Walker.
Big up Hugh. Yes. Flash Walker is actually very, very funny. The Flash. I ain't ever not going to call him the Flash now. He's definitely getting that change as well to the Flash. Everything.
I'm going to copyright that, man. I'm taking.
Yeah. You're taking royalties from this. Midfield wise, then I think it's clear that it'll be Rodri as a CDM. I don't see Calvin Phillips playing.
It's Rodri.
It's too far
It's
off.
Rodri.
Lewis Kelly says still need a Freddie pie emote. Yeah, that's true. That is true. That Freddie's in the chat as well. Yes, Freddie. Now, here's where it could get interesting. Kevin De Bruyne, start him.
This is tricky. This is tricky, isn't it? Because he's not looking at his high standard self recently, is he? I mean, we've had this conversation multiple times on the Avengers show, and people have said maybe you could throw Alvarez in there. But for me, with De Bruyne, I play him. I think you have to play him because this is the kind of game that can be decided on one moment. You know, Palace and Selhurst Park, it's not an easy game, and he's one of the few players in the squad who do have one big moment of magic in him, and he can't stink forever. He's too good to stink forever, De Bruyne. I can't see a run in where we have big game after big game and De Bruyne doesn't turn up and ultimately click. And if you look at recent seasons gone by, there's patterns to De Bruyne's season. He always gets his shit together for the last big part of the season, and he'll come up with big performances, big moments, big goals. Like, I think he's one of those players that you just have to play into form. And it's not as if he's been fully stinky. He's just not been at his usual high standards.
Yeah, he's just not at Kev levels, isn't it? I think the issue with Kev is he's set the bar so high that it's kind of binned us a little bit because we know he's binned himself really because we know how good he can be. I agree. I think Kev's got to start. I think Kev's got to start. I know there will be people out there who, and I can kind of see why, who will be like saying, "Oh no, let Alvarez take that spot. Get Alvarez in there, a bit more energy, and kind of run that." But I just think he's too good not to play. We need to win this game. It's a massively important game. We need to win it. So I think there's no point.
There's a number of ways to look at this one. Like, De Bruyne has to start this game at least. And when the game tires out and Crystal Palace get tired from chasing us all game or, pressing high, whatever they decide to do, that's for me when you start to look at bringing on Alvarez because he'll come in and inject that energy and that kind of thing. But I'd start off 100% with Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, like, what are your options then? You go with what, Bernardo and Alvarez or Gundo and Alvarez?
You could go Gundo, Bernardo, which don't want to do that. You could go Gundo, Alvarez, and then kind of push Alvarez up forward a little bit more to sit just behind Erling Haaland. But then, I don't know. I think it'd be a crime to not start Kev because at some point, like you said, he'll come good. At some point, Kev will click like that, and everyone will be like, Kev's back.
I have every faith Kevin De Bruyne will have a massive say in how this title race goes.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I just can't see a world where this title finishes and either we win or we lose it, and Kevin De Bruyne had no impact. I think he's going to click, and he's a born winner as well. He's done this time and time again. He knows what these games are like and how to get through them. What is it, 13 games to go? He's done this. So he has to play. He has to play.
I completely agree. Someone asked who Freddie Pie is in the chat, and Alex said he runs City Extra, but more importantly, he gives out free pints when he's drunk. For people that don't know,
Dortmund, wasn't it?
When we was in Dortmund, me, Hugh, Lewis, loads of our mates, we're all in Dortmund, and Freddie's there, and Freddie decided it would be a good idea to put on the official City Extra Instagram saying if anyone finds us. We'll give you a free pint. And he came up to us and I was like, I was like, no. You'll give them a free pint. I didn't agree to this.
Listen, big up Freddie, man. Name me another City page where the owner gives the followers free pints.
Exactly.
I'll wait, man. I'll wait. Freddie's a goat.
Yeah, that is goated, that from Freddie. The funniest part was though, Alex was sat just behind us with his dad and his dad's mate. Alex was literally sat on the table behind us and was seeing it and was like, "Okay, what's it?" Freddie was like, "Can I have a free pint, please?" So it's goated from Freddie though. That it is goated. Yeah. Joe Griffiths yet again with a 2. Yes, Joe, mate. He says Selby, Erison, and the Flash Walker. What a trio! That is a great trio. That.
Full-on superhero movie coming on out of this team.
I know. The Avengers, isn't it?
Yeah, the Avengers, the real Avengers.
Yeah.
The Flash, man, he's the best.
The Flash, that is the funniest one, that. Right, so now you've got a choice of who you play next to Kevin De Bruyne. Obviously, we'll go with a standard 4-3-3 kind of situation that we usually do. So you've got Gundo, Bernardo. I mean, you could play Peroni, but that's not going to happen, is it? I think it'll be Gundogan, personally. Bernardo gives you energy, but I think it'll be Gundogan.
Yeah. See, Selhurst Park, like, it's a frantic place. It's a high-octane place, and we know this. We've been stung by it so many times, and Gundogan is the man for composure and, keeping the head and knocking the ball around and that kind of thing. Yeah, I'd probably go with Gundogan as well, but I'd look to bring on Bernardo at some stage in the second half if needs be.
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of a tough one, really.
Yeah, I can see cases for Bernardo starting, but I also think it should be Gundogan. Lazuli said this should be a rest for Gundo, in my opinion.
He's going to get a 3-week rest now.
Yeah,
2-week rest.
We just had a full week off, so I think they'll be chill. I think it's Gundo. I 100% think it's Gundo. Forward three. I mean, the striker picks itself. We're not going to start with Alvarez. It'll be Haaland up top, 100%. We need that. We need that big robot in there.
No conversation to have there. Haaland's playing.
Yeah. Megan says, "Are you not going to start yourself, you?" I think
there's a few people in the chat, and Megan's one of the leaders of this, and she has been for ages on my own channel as well, that I look like Bernardo Silva. I'm probably an overweight Bernardo Silva at best.
Yeah, I think I could see it a bit. I feel like you do rock a bit of a Bernardo vibe. I guess maybe the same way that people say LB looks like Laporte.
People also say that I look like LB's younger brother or son, or he's my uncle or something as well. We're just generic. So
the chat before said, "Is this LB from Wish?"
Hey,
disrespect on his name there.
That's a violation, man.
Actually says I can see the LB thing, which yeah. Chrome Abyss says LB is a wide Laporte. Right, that's a violation as well. I mean,
a wide Laporte.
A wide Laporte, innit? Like a bigger Laporte, I guess. I'm glad I'm not in the firing line right now.
I'm sure they'll think of something.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry, they have loads. Wingers then. Left side. I mean,
Jackie G&A.
Yeah. G&A, that is funny. Jackie G&A. Yeah. It's got to be Grealish. He's smashing it at the moment, and he's just won Player of the Month, hasn't he? Well in, Jack Grealish. Go on, mates.
Yes, Jack, man. No, listen, me and you, I think we've both been like this since he's on. We're both Grealish fanboys.
Yeah, we both love We've been pushing it. We've been pushing it heavy.
I defended Jackie G&A like tooth and nail every week. Big Six, any stream I went on. Oh, he's shit. He's not getting the goals. He's not good on 100 million. I said, nah, trust, man. He's gonna come good because we've seen glimpses of what he can do. And 100% since the return of the World Cup, I believe he's been our most informed and consistent player. I think he's just been he looks like a Manchester City player now. He looks like a Pep Guardiola player. You can see the role and the impact he has in this team, and long may it last, man. That's my guy right there, Jackie G&A.
He is smashing at the moment. We need a Grealish emoji. That is a shout, actually. That is a shout. A Grealish emoji should be done. Yeah, I completely agree. I think it has to be Grealish. I think he's slamming at the moment. He deserves the Player of the Month. Now, that's the easy side. The other side is where this now gets difficult, because you've got Phil Foden, who's absolutely slamming, who did come off against Newcastle with a little bit of a knock, felt something in his foot, but then has been training, is actually fine. That Pep's confirmed he's fine. You've got Riyad Mahrez, who is incredible, who's not finding his way into the team at this moment in time because of Phil Foden. You could play Alvarez right wing. I say you could. That's not going to happen, because that never happens. That never happens. As fans, we're always like, yeah, Alvarez, but it just never happens. So I don't know. In my head, Osmodius just put my head in the chat. He's basically just said my thoughts in the chat. I think it'll be Phil Foden for this, Riyad Mahrez for Leipzig.
Yeah, I can see that. You know, the black gloves, Riyad Mahrez, Champions League nights. Like we know what he's about.
I mean, Mahrez, it's round the corner, isn't it? So I can see that being the way that he runs it. Listen, I've nothing against Riyad Mahrez, and he's been excellent for us for large parts this season. But
Listen, it's crystal clear. It's crystal clear. The team overall plays better, I think, with Phil Foden. There's more diversity. There's more switch up to our play. It's less predictable, less telegraphable. I mean, if you look at the period in which Phil Foden wasn't playing, and it was kind of Grealish and Mahrez, yes, we were getting some results, and they were both kind of impacting the game well. But the whole overall build of play is better with Phil Foden because, with all due respect to Mahrez, Foden's a much more versatile, diverse player. He doesn't mind going on the outside, going to the byline, cutting in, being direct, and he's just a handful. I mean, he gave Dan Burns last week an awful headache, an absolutely awful headache, because he hadn't a clue what he was going to do. But if you're a fullback and you're marking Riyad Mahrez, you kind of
know what's going on.
You know what he's going to do. He's going to cut onto that left foot, and he's going to look to get a shot off or get a cross in, and it's just so predictable. There was that gap for me started when we beat United 6-3. That was the last time we saw Grealish, Haaland, Foden up until we played Nottingham Forest, I believe it was away. I'm 90% sure that was the next time we saw that front three start. And the quality difference, contrast is so crazy. We saw that game, we're going, right, we're actually creating proper chances. We're just not putting them to bed. So listen, I'd go with Foden. And I think, listen, there's a break. There's a bit of a break coming. He's going to have a 2-week international break. There's an FA Cup weekend next week. I think he could play Mahrez in that too. I think for the Premier League, while things are going well, providing Foden is fully fit, I'm going with a front three of Grealish, Haaland, Foden. I think that has the makings to be one of the scariest front threes in world football, given consistency.
I think it could be incredible front three, and I think Foden needs to play. He brings that, we speak about this a lot now, chaos, and I think it balances really well when you've got like a play like Foden with the chaos and that, and they play like Jack Grealish with the control on the left hand side. And this is why a lot of people weren't a fan of Grealish and Mahrez. I know they kind of did prove that they can play together. However, I feel like
they're too similar, bro. They're too similar.
Yeah, they can play together, yeah. But with Foden in there and Grealish in there, it shows why this is the way it should be. So like, but then obviously Foden now is taking over that right spot because Grealish has been too good on the left hand side. Now, I wouldn't be against like playing Foden on the left and Mahrez on the right because I feel like it still has that same dynamic of the team. But I just think obviously Jack Grealish at the moment has to play, and Phil Foden smash it at the moment. So I genuinely I think this is the way to go. I think Phil Foden, again, I agree. For me, he's got to be in. He's got to be in. So that's our team lineup. Hang on a sec, my headset's just died on me. But yeah, that is our team lineup. I think I genuinely think this is something that I think he'll run that. And is that the exact same team that he played against Newcastle? I think that's. I'm pretty sure that's the exact team. That'd be some actual consistency from Pep and no Pep roulette. So we'll go with Edison, Walker, Akanji, Diaz, and Ake. Rodri is the CDM. Kevin De Bruyne and Gundo as the two centre mids. With Phil Foden right, Jack Grealish left, and Haaland up top. I feel like that's the exact same team as last week.
Yeah, I'm here for it, man. Bit of consistency.
If it ain't broke, innit? If it ain't broke, what's the point?
Don't fix it. Don't fix it, man. There's nothing to fix just yet. The team's playing well. Listen, we've an opportunity to go, 4 wins in a row here for the first time. Is it this season altogether?
Yeah, this season.
8 unbeaten. That's a psychological boost if I ever saw one. We're doing something that we haven't done already this season, and the team's playing well. Big opportunity tomorrow, man. I'd go with it. Go with it. If it's working, don't fix it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that team could cook tomorrow. If he plays that, I think that team could cook tomorrow. And I think, like I say, consistency won't go amiss at all. I think people will be absolutely buzzing with a little bit of consistency in the side. And I think at this moment in time, that is our strongest 11. I think that's the strongest 11 in form. Obviously, when John Stones come back, he will be back in there 100%. But obviously, I think he needs a little bit of match fitness before we just throw him in. I could be wrong. Pep might decide against that. I feel like that's really one of the only changes that could happen, is he might actually just throw John Stones in, but I think it's a bit of a risk to do that, especially when we are playing well. The only concern I have, and it's quite a big concern, is the fact that we did concede chances against Newcastle, and they should have scored against us. 100% should have scored against us.
I'm not sure it was as I don't know, frightening as people have made it out to be since that Newcastle game. Well, they had 2 real chances.
Yeah, they're the ones. I think the Joelinton one where he was like right in front of it, where it should have done better.
But that's going to happen. That's like, how
That's
many
football.
games?
That is football. We do it. Do you know what I mean? It's happened before. So
I'm saying, how many games do you go through where you concede no chances? In the Premier League, like, that's almost impossible to do. You're going to concede. Palace will have chances tomorrow.
yeah, Palace will have chances. Yeah, but you can't just nullify another team. Like sometimes that does happen. You do nullify the team completely, but it's football. Usually, when you play a decent side, they get chances.
Listen, I'm fully confident in this defense. Palace have only scored 5 goals in their last 10 games. Like that's not great. 5 goals in the last 10 games. And I know Zaha, he's their top scorer, but he's only scored 6 goals this season. So this defense really should be, looking at locking them down if they can. I know it's much easier said than done, especially in their ground. But listen, this is the defense that I want.
Yeah. I agree. I like it. I back it. And I think it's a weird one because Palace, me and Lewis looking from a perspective of the last 5 games because they've not won in the last 5, but they've not won in the last 10.
Yeah.
Last 10 games they've not won. That is terrible form. Now that stinks. I hate them kind of things because it means it's always usually against City where it just happens. You're like, fucking hell, we had to be the one. Do you know, like Everton? I think Lampard won, picked up points in 1 game out of 9 or something, and it was against City. I was like, yeah, that stinks. Of course, it was against us.
We have a habit of giving teams a result they completely did not expect. But I'll give Palace credit. Listen, to not win any games in 10 is poor. Flat out, it's poor. It's not good enough. And be putting pressure on anybody in that situation. I still think they should fully persevere with Patrick Vieira. By the way.
Definitely. They need
clean slate. Clean slate next next August.
I've seen some rumours today as well, by the way, about them basically assessing the Vieira situation, whether he's the right man to take on forward. But I think they should just stick with him, man.
No, man, listen, there's more context to that situation. I mean, they had an average age of that squad earlier on in the season, or at one stage of like 31 at some point, and he's slowly cutting it back down, and he's trying to clearly build towards, maintain your position in the Premier League, which I think they will do, even though they still probably can, get a drop if it all goes completely south for them. But they're building towards next season again, and he's got enough credit in the bank for me, Vieira. He's shown enough since he joined Crystal Palace that he can achieve something with them, or take them somewhere with it. So I'd stick with him.
Yeah, I completely agree. I do think they need to stick with him. I think it'd be an L to just bid him off now. Right, there's your lineup. Like I say, same as last week. Hopefully we get the job done. I back it. I do back it a lot to get the job done against Palace. Score prediction then. So it's always grim giving out score prediction. It's always grim. Yeah. It's the way you set yourself up, or you jinx it like LB was doing for a full half a year. I'll let you take the first hit. I usually go first against LB because everyone hates LB's score prediction. But what are you thinking?
I know you two are both very superstitious, and I am in a way myself, but it's more so with games that I go to. When I go to the game, I seem to usually get the score prediction wrong, like entirely wrong, to the point where we drop points
and you go in tomorrow as well.
I know. I'm going to the game tomorrow, and listen, there's no worse feeling for me than, let's say I've been on the Big Six, particularly the Big Six, yeah, and we're doing a prediction, and I'm going to the game the next day, and the game pans out, and I've got it completely wrong, and we drop points. There's no more sickening feeling in my stomach knowing I have to go on.
Because you've got to go back what you said previously and why that didn't happen. Like, I mean, I feel for Saeed after the intro, by the way, that Skullduggery did for the Big Six the other day, when United got beat 7-0. That is gold. If you've not seen it, go to the Big Six YouTube channel. It's one of the last ones that they've done. And it's in fact it's on Turkish's channel. But yeah, go have a look at that. It's incredible. It's actually, that was one of the funniest ones they've done that. And obviously you've been victim of that.
Yeah, but I'm a bit more conservative than Saeed. Like he's front line. He puts his chest out.
Yeah, he does.
Regardless of the situation,
he don't care, does he?
We're gonna smash them this weekend. Rashford, Casemiro, 7-0, and all of a sudden he's got egg in his face, and it looks awful. But I've been on the back end of it a few times. But listen, for this one, for Palace tomorrow, I am going to it. I think we've had a turning point this season. I think the team have all come back together at the right time. We're playing better. And as we've said all along the season, since the very start, when Arsenal started looking good, was we know when is the right time to click into gear and when you really need to start applying the pressure. It's not December. It's not the end of February. It's not the middle of March either, really, as well. It's get through this Palace game with a win, go 4 wins in a row, 8 unbeaten, and then take it to that Liverpool game. And that's the start of when that sickening feeling every week begins again. Every game in the last 10, 12 is disgusting. But listen, the team will realize this, and I hope and I'm praying they put in a big performance. And I'm going to predict, first of all, I'm going to say Jack Grealish goal. I think Jackie G&A is coming back, and it's going to be a 2-0 Manchester City win.
Yes. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong. I think LB might have gone 2-0 as well. And I was initially feeling 2-0, but I have a stinky feeling it's going to be 2-1, and I think Zaha will score. It's just peaking it for Zaha to come back, and then he scores against City. So I'm going to go 2-1. I'd love a 2-0, obviously, because it's a little bit less sweat. You go on the 2-0. LB has gone with a 2-0 as well. So hopefully it doesn't go the way that the last time, well, the usual times where you predict when you go to a match. Hopefully we do get a 2-0 win.
If I'm wrong again and we drop points, I'm not coming on after next week.
You're done in it. Like, if you ever go to a game, nah, I'm not coming on because I'm going. That is the super jinx. If we drop points again, bro, then you can never predict it again.
I'll cancel my season ticket. I'll stop going to games.
Yeah. In fact, we've got someone. We've got someone who comes on our channel. I can't remember the name now, but they're always active on our channel. Every time they watch the game, they lose. We lose. We drop points. So every time they've watched a game this season, we drop points. So stop watching. Well, that's what they say. That's what they say. Like last week against Newcastle, like, yes, lads, just letting you know, not watching the game today, so you can thank me later. And then later on came in and was like, told you lads, can't watch these games. He had the worst jinx.
Bro, he needs to just stop following football, man.
Guy needs to quit, innit?
Or some shit, man. Golfer, I don't know, but like, stop watching my team.
Bro, if City had go and win everything, do the quad for a season, but you personally can't see it because you can't watch a single game, would you say yes? Would you take that? Would you take that? You don't get to watch any of the games. You get to know it happened. You don't get to watch any of it live. You don't get that feeling, innit?
I might do like a gap year and go live in Australia or something, and then
don't take your phone or anything, and then when you go back, you're like, yes. I think you know what? Yeah. I'd take the L, mate. I'd do it. I'd do it for it.
Then you can't make content. You can't come on and go, I hear we won.
No. I'd have to the chat just to allow that. I'll dip for a year, and you'll see me in 2024 with hopefully a beard.
It's tough, man, because at the end of the day, football, like when you go to it or you watch it religiously, it is somewhat about like making memories. You know, like I love going to the games. It's my favorite thing to do is go to the games, but to win everything a quadruple, yeah, man, get me a ticket to Australia.
Yeah, it's something about it where I'm like, I just got to do it for everyone else.
Because you could come back then from your gap year and be like, the Champions League hoodoo's gone, no one can talk shit to you anymore. Make your content again with your chest out. Yeah, quadruple, no one's ever done that. Chat to me now.
Yeah. But then they'll be like, do you know when everyone says like Micah Richards, like you didn't even get a medal? Everyone be like, yeah, well, they'd be roasted us when they're like, you didn't even watch it.
I'll just set my Skybox on record for every Saturday. And every game.
Then you know what you need to do then when you're in Australia, yeah? Like when it's like, when you're like fully incognito mode from the rest of the world, yeah? All you got to do is, before you come back, you just watch the whole season. You binge watch all the season, every game, and then you'll know. Then you can get excited.
And just to add in an extra rule is that you can't. It's not that you can't watch the game live. From the minute the first ball of the season is kicked in August, you can't watch football till the last final whistle goes in May. That's it.
That's it. So basically, it is a year of no football.
Yeah, man. I'll go and become a rugby league fan or something. Make a rugby channel. I don't know.
Yeah. But so basically, if this ever, the worst part about that would be is no one would ever thank you because no one would ever know. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be like Man City, thank you, Murray, for not watching football for a year, and we've now won the quadruple. Where you get all your name in the lights, it'd just be like, yeah, we won the quadruple, and it'd have nothing to do with any of us. Like,
No, I'd start a campaign. I'd get on this channel. I'd get on every big channel.
every channel. I did this. I deserve a medal.
Yeah. Oh, me. I want a medal. I want payment. I want the whole lot. This is my doing. And I tell everybody in the chat to go and spam Manchester City Football Club and let them know the deal that me sacrificing myself for a year is the reason we have won everything.
Yeah, that's funny. Right. What a way to end the preview. Again, big up Hugh for coming on. Obviously, LB's out and that. Hopefully, we get the win tomorrow. Enjoyed the game. Obviously, going to Sellers Park, pretty sick that. I'm pretty jealous, not going to lie. But yeah, that's it from us. We will leave you with the midnight bet ad. The link is in the description. When you leave this, go check it out. Obviously, there's free bets there for you, as Lewis will tell you. Be gamble aware. Don't go stupid with your money in that. Also, it's 18 plus. So all you people who aren't 18 plus, you know what I mean? Get out of it. But yeah, see you in a bit.
In a bit.
Guys, this stream is sponsored by Midnight. Midnight provides you with the best esports and betting odds, and you can reach them instantly on their Discord server and join in their very active discussions, with a number of users offering you some great esports and betting tips as well. Available on the Apple App Store and online through their website, midnight.com. You can sign up now and get £20 free bonus and a £5 free bet builder in the month of March. Midnight have boosted a bet builder that they've made for the Manchester City Crystal Palace game this weekend of Manchester City to win over 2.5 goals in the game and Wilfried Zaha to be carded at any time. You can get that on their boosted odds of 5-1. Or, like myself, if you fancy making your own, Midnight allow you to do that as well. So I've built my own bet builder for this huge game at the weekend. I've gone for a Manchester City win, Manchester City most corners, Haaland to score at any time in the game, and Mark Guehi carded, and you can get that, guys, at 6-1. It's a massive game for both teams. Crystal Palace, no wins in the last 5. They don't want to be dragged into the relegation zone. Manchester City going for our title as well. This is a game that both teams need to win. It's going to be super exciting. Go check out Midnight now at midnight.com or download the app on the Apple App Store. Over 18s only. Terms and conditions apply. And begambleaware.com.